Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get into today's subject matter, which happens to be about Elliot Page talking or crying about trans joy, whatever the hell that means, I want to let you all know of the Woke Dingbats t-shirts, which you can get right now. The link is available in the show description. They are $40, which is cheap, considering they cost $35 to make, and I'm shipping them to you on my own dime. So why in the world would you wait? Especially when I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that to be very, very transparent with you. It's not about money for me at all. It's about how you guys can get one of the best t-shirts ever. Honestly, that is the reason why I'm doing this. I am one of those people. I don't do any of this stuff for money. I do it because I want to do it and I love doing it. So you can get yours right now. The link is available in the show description. And yes, I do ship internationally. So once again, I'm shipping this at my own dime to you, no matter where you are in the world. That is saying something, but I hope that you guys will get one for yourself. All right, shifting gears to Elliot Page. Elliot Page, as we know, was born as a biological woman, and Elliot Page is still a biological woman. And then in recent times, Elliot Page decided to transition to being and acting like a dude. Elliot Page had a mastectomy, got both breasts removed. And the one question that Elliot Page gets quite frequently, in fact, I have seen so many interviewers ask Elliot Page this one question: what does joy look like for you? Elliot Page has been an advocate for this whole phrase of trans joy. I don't understand why they've got to put trans in front of joy. Can't it just be joy? Can't you just have joy? No, it's got to be trans joy, meaning that joy isn't in fact joy. Joy is trans, whatever the flip of joy actually is, supposedly, because that's what happens when you put trans in front of a word, right? It supposedly is the opposite, or it's something else. Joy is something that it's claiming not to be, evidently speaking. So maybe joy and happiness are two different things, by the way. One is more an emotion. The other is state of being, right? So there's that which we can get into, and I won't get into that. But nevertheless, Elliot Page seems to try and share with people what Elliot is feeling inside and all the things that Elliot is referring to. And Elliot always seems to get rather emotional. Every single time Elliot refers to what it means to have trans joy. So here is a video of Elliot Page crying about when Elliot feels Elliot's self and looks at Elliot's body, and like that apparently exudes trans joy. Have a watch.
Goodness, what has brought me the most joy? The most joy. It's, getting out of the shower and the towels around your waist and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, there I am. I'm not having all these little moments that used to be just being in a t-shirt. It's being able to touch my chest and feel comfortable in my body for probably the first time. Tears of joy.
You know, the thing is, whenever I get out of the shower and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm going, there I am. And that brings about a sense of joy and pride. You know, whenever I get out of the shower, I'm more focused on drying myself off and getting out of the bathroom than I am standing in front of the mirror, admiring what God has given me. Like, that's not what I do, and I'm a man. This is not something that men necessarily do. This is something that women would tend to do. Admire themselves in the mirror. Now, some women may go, Jay, you're not a woman, so you don't know any of this. You know, you're right. But I have heard many stories, and I have dated women in the past and I know their behavior. Doesn't mean that all women do this, but I know a lot of them do. Now, I also know that some guys look at themselves in the mirror and admire themselves in the mirror for a little bit too long. Let's just say that. But Elliot Page does not act like a man because Elliot Page is not a man. And Elliot Page talking about the things that bring Elliot the most amount of joy, which is a very interesting question. Okay, let me ask you guys the same question. What brings you guys the most amount of joy? Meaning your state of being, whatever is brought into your life, just makes that state of being so like abundantly more lifeful, I guess you could say. Joy is, when I say a state of being, it comes from a deeper place. Like when we talk about joy, I oftentimes refer to my dog, Joy, who passed away 2019, and she brought the most amount of joy in my life. Every single time I looked at her, it was this calming sense of just love and pureness. And that to me would just lift up my spirit. And I think that in some senses is what joy truly is. It's not about looking on the outside and seeing myself and going, oh, yeah, there he is. No. That doesn't bring me joy at all. What brings me joy is knowing, first and foremost, who my identity in Christ really has to be about. Like, my identity is in Christ, and he is the one that brings me joy. And then he's given the gift of dogs. That's just one element that can bring people joy. There's a couple of elements, but I don't think Elliot Page transitioning to something that Elliot is not brings about any kind of joy. I think it brings about a lot of hurt and a lot of heartache, a lot of confusion, a lot of lies. I don't think that's joyful at all. You may have like a sense of euphoria for a period of time of like, oh, I've changed myself. Look at this. But then in reality, like, you've actually destroyed your body. All for what exactly? So to me, I look at Elliot Page and I see what Elliot used to look like before and then now. And I'm going, how can one do that to themselves? This is what lies do. You go from being someone incredibly beautiful and talented to then being and looking like you're miserable and unhappy and unfulfilled. Because that's exactly what you are. No one can convince me that Elliot Page is happy. No one. I've seen the videos. Doesn't look like Elliot is happy or joyful at all. That's my personal opinion. But anyway, that's enough from me. But continue to pray for Elliot Page. Can't be easy living in a lie. Really can't. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.